Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. It's Western Conference versus Eastern Conference here in Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks will try to protect home court. And both these teams with stout front courts, very physically minded. Doris, for the little guys, maybe better to stay on the wing and let the bigs battle it out.
Yeah, my job is not to mix it up physically with the big lumber on the interior. Yes. I mean, we'll let those big men do their work on the inside. I'm going to stay out here.
No wonder you guys are always called the smart players on the league, right? Huh?
We're the cerebral ones.
Yes. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Bazemore is the 3 with Millsap the 4. Shooter runs the point with Korver to his side. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Hawks heading on the board first. Here's Williams, rebounded by Howard. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I did speak with Mike Budenholzer for a few minutes. He said this may be one of those games that really needs big offense to win. He said, we have guys who can pass and guys who can finish. In a game like tonight, we have to put up big numbers. We'll see if they can score enough to make that difference. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. So they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today, guys.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm sure they're not going to ignore their duties at the defensive end, but getting their offense rolling has to be a main concern.
Now that starts with getting the ball moving. Get into a flow and then let your shots come off of that and settle into the game.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here are the Mavericks now. And Matthews kicks to Williams. Feeds it to Bogut. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
I think it's remarkable. Every season, the Mavericks find a way to be competitive. They haven't had a losing record since before the turn of the century. This is one of the best franchises in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Doris, you think of the greatness of this franchise from 2000 on. 11 consecutive seasons with 50-plus wins. I mean, what's been the key?
Well, I think, Kevin, it's ownership and the front office that has a die-hard commitment to winning. I mean, great players, especially Dirk Nowitzki, that helps. And Rick Carlisle, one of the best coaches in the NBA, a master tactician.
And the second free throw, good.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Now, here's Millsap. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Dwight Howard, you know, he's lost some explosiveness over the years, but still remains an intimidating presence when he's healthy. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a #1 option on the offensive end, but still great in the pick and roll, better than most when it comes to posting, and defensively, when he's moving well, a straight beast.
That free throw, no good. And talking about Howard's defense, he's blocking fewer shots these days, but he remains extremely difficult to score against in the paint.
Yeah, statistically, opponents still struggle to shoot against him. He has the power and instincts to stop most true centers from getting comfortable on the blocks, and his reputation goes a long way toward unnerving opponents. Well, you had the feeling that Dwight Howard was going to move on from Houston this last offseason, ends up opting out and signing on with his hometown team, the Atlanta Hawks. Got a sizable 3-year deal as well.
Nowitzki just so unselfish. When he sees a teammate wide open, doesn't take long to zip that pass right in the pocket. Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
And Matthews kicks to Bogut. Matthews, a screen on Millsap. Back to Matthews. Drops in the layup for 2. And for Howard, he was courted by several teams in free agency, arguably the biggest name at the center spot.
Well, he met with several teams that would have been a good fit, but I think the hometown factor was too hard to pass up with Atlanta. Might be his last big contract in the league. Might as well take it for the team you loved growing up.
And here is Williams. There's a screen by Williams. Corver against Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Barnes. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Barnes. Nowitzki's got his first 3 points of the game. Schroeder kicks to Howard. He dishes it to Corver. He feeds it to Schroeder. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Here is Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Bogut. On the wing, Barnes. He's covered by Bazemore. The kick out to Williams. Screen by Bogut. Here's Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And he's one of those guys who can step up and be a big-time contributor on certain nights. We'll see if that three gets him going.
And that one's good. Barnes.
What I love about D. Willis, the facilitator, chooses the right guy to give the ball to. Well, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle, one of the most respected minds in the game. He was a role player for a couple of seasons with the championship Celtics in the 80s. And he's always had a mind for the game, no doubt.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
For Atlanta, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. The Hawks making a switch here. One drops. He ties it up.
And the defensive prowess of Howard is simply phenomenal. Not only a shot blocking master, but his mere presence alone makes shooters incredibly nervous.
Now here's Curry. Over to the left wing. Barrett's a two-pointer. And Splitter pulls it down. The Hawks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Cephalosha, guarded by Kerr. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Scotty's checked in for Atlanta. And Splitter drops them both. Greg, the Atlanta Hawks, a disciplined team. They've got the right coach in Mike Budenholzer. Wouldn't you agree?
I really do. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Offensively, they move the ball and they make the simple play. And defensively, they deny in transition and avoid cheap fouls. They really don't beat themselves.
And here's the fast break. Cephalosha leading the way. There's 37 seconds left in the first. It's the three-point bomb.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it. Barea
kicks to measure it. Back to Barea. They this, and he lays it up and in.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Schroeder against Barea. Now Schroeder, he's got 6. Splitter sets a screen. The 3 from Cephalosha. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's Atlanta. They're up by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back.